Okay, look, I know I said that Bendy was going to be the next video. I know that. I promise it's scheduled for the one after this. However, Fnaf movie trailer is here. Hello and welcome. I'm Zombie Kitty and welcome to a reaction video that I was not expecting to appear. Oh my god, I'm still shaking with excitement. About 2 in the morning UK time, Jason Blum, so creator of Blumhouse, decided that he was going to release a bunch of posters to do with the Five Nights at Freddy's film. He released them on Twitter, so this is the poster, and he's released the character posters featuring the 4 main animatronics. I'm going to leave the posters up and let them run while I talk. I really like them. I think it looks fantastic. I did leave a community post up about this, about the main poster, talking about it. I think it looks fantastic. I think the animatronics look amazing. And the fact that they look completely accurate to the games is just perfect as well. I'm really happy to see that. By the way, the animatronics in the posters are not CGI. That is actually real. And someone pointed out, I think on Reddit, I think with one of the character posters, if you look into the red eye of one of them, you can see the camera in the reflection that was taking the picture. They're real. They are not CGI. They're not renders or like, you know, animation or anything like that. They're actually real, which is so cool, and they look amazing. They look absolutely amazing. Chica's cupcake looks terrifying. It looks so creepy. But yeah, I absolutely adore it. I would love the poster of the main 4 animatronics. And I also really like the text font as well. The pose that the animatronics are in actually look like the Fnaf 2 main menu, if you remember that. It's very reminiscent of that, so I do really like that. It's a callback to that, which I love. And I love the purple lighting as well. Like, of course you've got to go with purple. What else? What other colour are you going to go with for the lighting? But it looks really nice. I have seen a few comments say there's been a few comments saying that they don't like the red eyes. I personally like them. I think that because the show that the animatronics are possessed, they usually had the black eyes in game. The problem with translating that to film is it looks like the film's going to be quite dark and in quite dark locations with a lot of shadows. That's not going to be, that won't always work in film compared to video games. So I'm kind of okay with the red eyes. Plus we've had red eyes, you know, with the animatronics with red eyes before. FNAF AR and FNAF VR being big ones, but also I think Sister Location had it as well. So we have had the animatronics with red eyes before, so it's not a very alien concept. I think it looks really good. I really like them. Now I've talked about the posters, let's talk about the trailer. So, how I'm going to do this, because I am going to be upfront about something, how I'm going to do this is we're going to watch it all the way through, and then I want to go back on quite a few things, and we'll probably go frame by frame or shot by shot, and talk about it. So, a couple of things to mention. This is a teaser. This is not a full trailer, so it's literally, it is under a minute long. But it is a teaser, but it does still show quite a lot. And yes, that brings me on to the next thing. I have already watched this. It came out at 2 in the morning this morning. I couldn't resist. I was awake, because I don't always sleep fully during the night. So I was awake at that time. Look, I couldn't help it. I've been waiting 8 years for this. I remember when Warner Brothers had the film rights. So yeah, I did watch it, but I only watched it once, so I haven't watched it again. But what I'm going to do is we'll watch it again, and then we'll go through it, because I want to talk about it. So yeah, let's go.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where fantasy and fun
come to life. Oh, the Showtime button.
If you're watching this video,
I've seen this already.
It means you've been selected as Freddy's newest security guard.
Oh, it looks amazing. Oh my god, the monitors. Oh my god. Sorry.
We're going to have so much fun together.
No. With the ball pit. Yo! Yeah, okay. So, there's a few things I want, actually quite a lot of things I want to go back on. So yeah, it's not very long. Oh, for me, that's enough. Like, for me, that's enough. They don't need to do another trailer, in my personal opinion. That is enough for me. That's, because for the longest time I was like, I'll believe this when I see a trailer. Like, that was always my inkling for about 8 years, because it's not really any secret that this has had issues and problems. You know, like I said before, before the trailer, like, Warner Brothers owned the original film rights. They kept suggesting ideas that Scott Cawthon didn't like. It then went to Blumhouse. It was originally supposed to be directed by Chris Columbus, who did Harry Potter, and then he left because it was taking too long. They had script issues and stuff like that. So there have been issues along the way, but I'm glad that it's finally here, and it looks really, really good. I think Josh Hutcherson is fantastic. He's going to be playing Mike Schmidt. So from my understanding, I don't think he's going to be an Afton. I'm not really sure. And that's something I want to talk about as well, actually. Matthew Lillard is William Afton, which I think is perfect. I'm so excited. I think that's perfect. If you've ever seen the original Scream, I was going to put a spoiler alert for this, but the original Scream's like 25 years old. So yeah, if you haven't seen Scream, go off and watch that. It's fantastic. But Matthew Lillard plays one of the killers. And in that film, he plays someone who is likeable, but then suddenly turns psychotic and crazy. I mean, that's William in a nutshell, really. And he's good at it. So I think that was perfect casting. I really like Josh Hutcherson. I think that's going to be really good casting as well. I'm very interested to know what his role in this is going to be, because again, they've gone with the name Mike Schmidt, which was, I think, his name, or Michael Afton's like disguised name in the first game, I think. I can't quite remember, but I don't know if he is going to be an Afton, and that's going to be revealed maybe later on, or it's going to be that he's taken this job as a security guard and then he finds out actually what happened originally to the establishment and why it was shut down, and then maybe we can have like flashbacks to like the investigation of the murders and stuff like that. So I think that's where I think it could go. But I'll talk about it more once we go frame by frame. So, let's go frame by frame. Okay, so this is the first one I am going to bring up. So this is literally the start of the teaser. Where fantasy and fun come to life. That's literally the motto of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from the first game. Oh, I'm so happy they kept it. It's such a small detail, but I'm so happy they kept it and have put it into the film. I just noticed there's a Foxy plushie there as well. Oh, cute! But this is like VHS aspect ratio and stuff. So my guess is that this is maybe a training video or something. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Maybe Mike finds the training video and plays it or something. And yeah, so this is what I was saying earlier, the Showtime button. So this is actually a big thing in Help Wanted and Fnaf VR, which I will get round to. That's going to happen at some point this year. I will get round to it, I promise. I might do that for October or November or something. But yeah, so this is a thing in Fnaf VR, which I really like that they've included this. So in Fnaf VR, you press the Showtime button, the curtains in front of you open up, and the animatronics do their little song and dance, which is really cool. There you go. No. Okay, so this, so I've seen a photo of this already, but this is the set of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Obviously, it's years later, so it's all closed down.
If you're watching this video,
there he is! Yay! So, see, I know him from like Sephora and Bridge to Terabithia and stuff like that. So I haven't seen him recently though in a role, so I'm very interested to know what he's going to be like with this. I think he's going to be really good. I am looking forward to seeing how he's going to, you know, portray Mike in this. I think he's going to do really well. But yeah, yay, we got a Mike. There you go, there's Bonnie. Oh, it looks so creepy. Bunny!
As Freddy's newest security
Oh, they look so
guard.
good, look. Oh, and there's... Okay, so I paused it on the wrong bit. However, I still want to talk about this. It's the cupcake! It's so cute! Oh, the cupcake in the poster looks really creepy as well. Oh, they look so good. And there it is, guys. The Freddy Fazbear's Pizza sign. It looks amazing. I've already seen this because I think Blumhouse a while back did like a reveal for the logo. I really like it. I am a little confused as to why Freddy has white gloves, but I guess with this restaurant, you know, originally being opened in the 80s and stuff like that, my guess is that they wanted to, like, the company, you know, in film world wanted to try and rip off Disney or something. You know, and a lot of the Disney characters had white gloves at the time, you know, Goofy and Mickey Mouse and stuff. So my guess is that's why Freddy's got white gloves. I don't know, that's just a guess. But I do find it a little strange, but that's my guess as to why he probably has white gloves. But I really like it. I love the text logo as well. Monitors! This looks exactly like the Fnaf 1 office. You got the Celebrate poster as well. Oh, and then the cup. Yeah, so the cup on the bottom left looks exactly the same as well. Oh, and all the monitors are set up in the same way. Ah! The attention to detail of this looks so good already. I'm so happy. Because they could have easily, after 8 years of production problems, they could have easily just cheaped out and done something half-heartedly. But I love that they've taken their time to actually... And I think it also helped that Scott Cawthon is involved in this as well. Like, it really shows that they've taken the time and the care to actually make this world as accurate as possible to the games. And I really, really appreciate that. And there it is! There's another one! This more is reminiscent of, the cleaning, the supply closet on the right looks the same as well. But the monitor of the animatronics kind of remind me more of Fnaf VR, which is kind of cool. More so than Fnaf 1, but, oh, it still looks amazing. I cannot believe this is real. I cannot believe this is real. Oh my god, it feels so weird to be looking at them and being like, they're real. Like, that is a real... I think they used animatronics and costumes. So, they haven't used CGI for the animatronics, which I also love. I love that they haven't sort of just gone for the CGI route. So, yes, that even means that the red eyes... they're real as well. Okay, so I didn't notice this. Freddy moved. You might want to look the other way, Mike. Freddy moved. I don't know what he's looking at, though. Something's clearly caught his eye. I've noticed as well behind him there's the prize counter. Oh, that's so cool. And yeah, there probably will be things that I won't notice that you guys will, so I do apologise if I don't notice everything. I'm only sort of looking at these in the moment, so yeah. Okay, we need to talk about this entire scene. We need to talk about this entire sequence. What the hell's going on here? So, let me just play out the whole thing. Okay, no, I want to pause here. What is this? So, it looks like... because I'm looking at the bottom part and it looks like a Freddy face or like an animatronic like mask or head. So the only thing either it's this film's version of the Scooper, or, which means Michael's getting scooped in this film, or it could be in FNAF 1 phone guy says at one point, like, oh, if they see you without your costume on, they'll forcefully stuff you into a Freddy Fazbear suit. I feel like, is that this film's version of that? Like, the animatronics have found him and they're gonna fit him into this. That's what I think it's gonna be. But it went to a Saw film very quickly. I think this is the most striking thing out of the whole trailer, next to like the animatronics on the monitor. Yeah, I remember watching that last night and being like, oh my god, what the hell? So another thing I want to bring up as well is that a lot of people were saying with the red eyes on the animatronics, that a lot of people were hoping that wasn't going to be a constant thing. And I don't think it is. Freddy's eyes are orange here. So the only thing I can think of is that their eye colour maybe changes depending on their emotion, in inverted quotes. Well, I guess emotion, they're possessed, but their emotion. So in this stage, my guess is that he's in like a neutral position, or like a relaxed state, and then the red eyes is like when they're angry. That's the only thing I can think of. So yeah, I don't really mind the red eyes too much, if I'm completely honest, if that's what the implication's going to be. If it's going to be a constant thing, then that might be a bit annoying, but I don't think it's going to be, especially with this shot here. I don't think the red eyes are going to be a constant thing. Okay, so this is interesting. So this character is called Vanessa. Yeah, I know. I don't know if it's going to be the same one. And I think this is the thing about adapting a video game into a film, is that you need to... It's now accessible for mainstream audiences, not just fans. And with Five Nights at Freddy's, the lore is so complicated and there's so much of it that I feel like this film... I think a lot of people were expecting the film to kind of do the exact same thing as the games in terms of like the story. But that's not very accessible, unfortunately, to a mainstream audience. So I'm kind of seeing the Fnaf film as like a reboot, retelling. A bit like what the novel trilogy was. So like Silver Eyes, Twisted Ones, Fourth Closet. I'm imagining it to be kind of a similar thing. But it does also mean that if you have characters with names that have already been used in the games, that can be a bit confusing. I don't think they're going to have Vanny in this, but it is a bit interesting that they've got a Vanessa here. And obviously people are going to immediately, unfortunately, associate that with Vanny, because that was, you know, Vanessa in the FNAF games. That's what she ended up being. But yeah, I think this film is going to end up being like a reboot, retelling kind of thing of the games, which I think is fine. That makes it easily accessible to non-fans who want to go see it. Okay, so this is interesting, because I've just mentioned the novel trilogy. So these are the 5 kids, I assume. So, because I'm looking at it now. Yeah, because the kid on the left is wearing like rabbit ears. You've got the girl on the right, the far right, looks like like the colours of Chica. Like her white t-shirt in the middle is like representative of the bib. She's wearing yellow sleeves and trousers. I think there's a kid behind Josh Hutcherson with a top hat. Let me see. So this one here, he's got a top hat. This kid here has got the orange and blue, so a bit like Foxy. So I assume these are the kids, the 5 kids. But it's interesting that I just mentioned the novel trilogy, because, so spoilers firstly for the Fourth Closet, which is the last, the 3rd novel in the trilogy. But one of the characters ends up seeing the original 5 kids in like this void kind of space. I think that's what this is. So I think they've given Mike like, what do you call it, like a vision or a glimpse into, or let them see them for who they really are, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's what's going on, which would be really interesting. So I think that, what I think the film is doing is Mike ends up taking the job security guard job here. I don't know, I can't figure the reason why, but then he discovers that the animatronics are alive. He then discovers why they're alive and either tries to help them or, you know, make sure William gets his comeuppance, as it were. Something like that. That's what I think the story's going to be. Because you also have to go for something quite simple. Because again, the lore, Fnaf lore, I love it, but it's so complicated. So you do have to go for something quite simple if you're wanting non-fans to also see it as well. Ah, there he is! The man himself, Mr. William Afton. So it looks like he's in his office, maybe? So I think, and I was thinking this last night, I think this is probably a flashback. I think he's being interrogated about the murders. So, because he doesn't look sort of loopy or anything. He looks like, you know, quite well kept in his office. So I think maybe the murders have already happened and he's being investigated by the police. He's been interrogated. And in FNAF lore, they didn't find any evidence. He was basically proved innocent, even though he wasn't. But yeah, police didn't find anything and they let him go. So I think that's what this scene is to do with. So this looks like a previous security guard. So he is clearly terrified. He's clearly like running away from an animatronic or someone. Could it be maybe William? Maybe this guy found out something he shouldn't have done. But this looks like the security guard uniform for Freddy Fazbear's from the looks of things, which I think is cool. It looks like a security guard uniform, so I'm okay with that. But maybe this guy dies or gets traumatized and decides not to take the job anymore, and Mike ends up applying for it. So maybe that's what's going on. Who do we think this foot is? And again, it's practical. It's a practical effect. It's not CGI. I'm so happy. I'm so happy they went for like the non-CGI route with the animatronics. It looks so good. This is either an endoskeleton or Foxy. There's no other animatronics that this could be. This is either an endoskeleton or yeah, Foxy. Ah! I'm so excited. It looks so good. And there he is. Foxy himself. I don't think we get a proper look at the Foxy animatronic in this teaser actually. I guess he's just hiding out in Pirate Cove. He's shy. Ho 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 ho. Oh, he looks so cool. It looks so fluffy as well. Like you can tell they're real. Like the fluff is real and everything. Oh, it looks so good. I have also noticed that his eyelid is a bit chipped as well, which is interesting. And again, I don't really mind the red eyes and the eyebrow expressions. It makes sense that if they're going to be animatronics with moving like parts and stuff, it makes sense that their eyebrows can move as well to mimic like facial expressions. So I'm fine with that, to be honest. And I don't think their eyes are going to be red all the time. I have to say, this is my favourite one. And I think Foxy is next to him as well. They're looking very angry. What do you think they're looking at? I don't think it's the child. I don't think it's the kid. Maybe they found William? Don't know. Or maybe if they found Mike. Maybe this is when they take Mike and strap him into that weird chair thing. But yeah, I think out of all of them, Bonnie's my favourite now. Bonnie looks so cool. Oh, it looks amazing. And there it is. Five Nights at Freddy's. I love the text font as well. It's so good. It kind of reminds me as well of FNAF 4. And I think I said this in a community post as well. It reminds me a lot of FNAF 4. Actually, I quite like. I do really like. Yay! I'm so excited. So it comes out October the 27th. I think I said this before in another post. Community post actually as well. Coming out the same day as Saw 10. So it's going to be a very interesting weekend. I think that's also London Comic Con weekend as well. So that's going to be a fun weekend. But I think, to be honest, Five Nights at Freddy's is definitely more my priority. I've been waiting 8 years for this. I'm so excited. It looks so good. I'm so happy we've got a teaser. And to be honest, for me personally, I'm happy with just this. Like, for me, again, personally, I don't need another trailer. I'm happy with the teaser. You've shown me enough to make me happy and satisfied that this is a thing. This is real. This is happening. Oh my god, it's happening. I'm kind of still in that, like, Literally, I was shaking so much from excitement last night. I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, the posters look really good as well. I would love to have the posters. But this was my very long video. I don't know how long this is going to be. This is my very long video on the Five Nights at Freddy's film posters and the teasers. It's real. It's finally happening, guys. I'm so excited. It looks really good. I will leave the trailer in the description below, so you guys can go off and watch it for yourself without me screaming and squealing. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon.